Okay, what's going on, guys? I'm going to be testing out the gas mileage on this 2000 Volkswagen VR6 12 valve, just to give anybody peace of mind out there if they're wondering how many miles per gallon these cars get, and I'll put in the variables along there with it. The gas light goes on when it reaches about a half a gallon, I take it. So when we make it to the gas station and fill up, the line should be right on the red, and there really shouldn't be much in there in the tank. And I'm gonna reset the reader, and we'll see how many miles per gallon I get. You can see I went about 3 miles, and that needle is going beyond the red, so there's not much juice left in it. So it's basically almost empty, so I'm gonna go ahead and fill it up. So we topped off at 13 gallons. So it's just a little over 13 gallons, I guess. Up she goes. And I'm just gonna reset it. It's at 900 miles right now. That doesn't mean anything, that doesn't calculate anything. So there you go, we're at 0. Okay, so we struck the first line on the meter and we've hit 65 miles so far. We're at the second line, just past it. That's about a quarter of a tank so far, according to the gauge, and I've driven 110 miles. According to the gauge, at a quarter of the way done at 100 miles, that would mean that I would be getting over 400 miles on a tank. But the gauge is not completely accurate, so we're gonna see what we end up with. Alright, so I'm at 150 miles so far, and I'm 3 markers down from a full tank, almost at the halfway point. Okay, we're at the halfway point of the gauge, and it's at 192 miles so far. We are 1 notch under the halfway point, and I'm up to 224 miles. Alright, here we're at the last quarter tank at 275 miles in, and I don't know if I have enough to make it home. We're gonna see how far I get. So here we're on the last line at 318 miles. And tomorrow when I start her up cold, it's gonna burn fuel pretty fast, and it's gonna get down to the red, and the gas light's gonna go on. So just within a few miles, so I can't have any more than a gallon of gas left, really. So I'm gonna use it all up and see what we got. Okay, so I'm at my last strike, and the gas light went on as I was driving here to the gas station. And I was at 318 last night, and it went off within the first mile. I shut the car off just now, and I turned it back on, and the light's off, so it should be going off like any second. So that means there's about a half gallon in the tank, which is like another 8 to 10 miles, give or take. Okay guys, so here's the conclusion. There's a few factors to consider when you're looking at the miles per gallon on your car. Here's a few of them. The weight of the car, like I have a speaker box with 212s and all my tools in my toolbox, so that's easily over 200 pounds that I have in the trunk. That's gonna affect your miles per gallon, how much weight you're traveling with. Does your car need a tune-up? Do you need an oil change? You need spark plugs, wires, or anything? This stuff can decrease your gas mileage.
any check engine lights like I do, which I know exactly what mine is. It's a P0420 line, I believe it was, and that's a catalyst below threshold, catalyst efficiency below threshold, which means it's a variety of things. It could mean you have a leak in your air system. It can mean your catalytic converter needs to be replaced. It could be your O2 sensors. It could be your mass airflow sensor. Sometimes if it's dirty, it might come up like that. But everything checks out for me. I think it's my catalytic converter, which it's very sensitive, so it's triggering. My tires were up to the right pressure the whole time throughout this whole, collecting this whole data. I did use regular gas, 87, so it wasn't premium, so this is a regular gas fill-up. And over 80% of the time was all highway. So little city driving here. So overall, 330 miles on a full tank of gas. Average miles per gallon, mostly highway on the 12-valve VR6, 25 miles. I think I've gotten 26 before, but 25, 26 miles per gallon. And that's on decent condition. If your car's hurting a little more, it might be a little lower. It definitely decreases in the city. I think I get about, I like to say around 20 city driving. So there you go, guys. Miles per gallon on the VR6. Peace.